Hey everybody, it's Chloe from the Chloe brand here with my second installment of my New York Fashion Week adventures and coverage. So today what I got to do was go to two different fashion shows. The first one was the Walk Fashion Show, and you definitely have to read up on it. It originated in Detroit, and they always have a plethora of different designers and artists from all over the country and all over the world. So there's always a really good variety of different types of designs to see. And I also attended the Rconic show by Amiat, and they were part of the Fashion Gallery Fashion Week, which I always make it my business to at least pop into a few shows of theirs because there's like a 5 days series. So hopefully you enjoy me as I take over the city for New York Fashion Week Day 2. So the Walk Fashion Show was up first, and it was a very different type of space. As you can see, the models would come down and they would walk back around. So it really created a pattern for them to go by. This designer was Adair Elise, and I absolutely loved her designs. Everything just flowed so well. And the material, it just made it majestic. I loved it. And you could tell that she stayed true to her style, her heritage, her roots, everything. But she put a modern twist on it. It was tailored differently, so it's not tailored to the point for the guys where it was, you know, all the way tight, but it definitely fit them well. I love this one. By far my favorite. Work it, girl. They added a few prints in there too, so it wasn't just all red and green solids. Overall, the line was cohesive. This is definitely something I would wear to a Christmas party or something like that. That probably may not be the intent of it, but I just love the colors and I think it's perfect. This next line was from Lindsay Cashews, and it was extremely different, but at the same time it's things that you wouldn't see. Now for these shoes on this girl, you know I love my heels, but I don't think I could have made it, so kudos to her for sure. She can have all of my attention on that one. But like I said, these were mostly accessories, so she accessorized oversized white tees so you can really understand the pieces of what she was creating. And the designer herself is nothing less of eccentric and gorgeous. And the next of my favorite designers was Denisha Renee. I just loved that it was classic, kind of corporate chic. She stayed true to the classic black and white for sure, but each look was different, can be modern or worn in a more professional setting. I love that. One of my favorites. And that I love peplum. And these had a lot of good movement as well. Now, because this was such a large show, after about 9 designers, I had to leave so I could make it to my next show, which was luckily only a couple blocks away. But I ended up going to the wrong hotel, being in a rush. It was across the street, but still ended up in the wrong hotel, completely different show. I still got in somehow, but luckily because it was right across the street, I ran just in time to prep my camera and get ready. Moral of the story, make sure you're prepared for things like this, especially in New York. Now, the Amiat show started off again like from my day one adventures with a dance, and these young girls, they were so passionate about what they were doing, and it was just great for the setting itself. If you look at the designs and colors of their tops, you'll understand this designer a lot more. He used a lot of patterns, a lot of colors, and you'll see that in a minute. I love them. So the show started off with none other than Claudia Jordan walking the runway in this leather trench style dress. And it was so chic. And you could tell she was feeling it too. She was working it. Giving us some leg action. And this is one of the suits I'm speaking on. If you also pay attention to some of the shoes, they really coordinate with the clothing. Like everything, it's Amiat. And Demetria McKinney also graced the runway as well. I love these shoes with this swimsuit. And he's also a menswear designer, and that's when you can really start looking at the shoes to see how much they match what he's doing. He's not afraid of prints, but he doesn't overdo it, and that's very important. A lot of people are starting to, put a lot of things together, and it's still not cohesive. But he finds ways to play on the prints, maybe play on a specific color from the print, and take it from there. And the designer himself, great job. So, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram at the Chloe brand. Make sure you stay tuned because there's, of course, a couple more installments from my New York Fashion Week adventures. I really appreciate you all watching. Make sure you, stay tuned. Subscribe to the website, too, because I always make sure I post whatever I have going on, whatever events that I'm going to. But anyway, stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching.